this is Jenna Burt, host of the Confessions of a Military Spouse podcast. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. To go forward, we must first go backwards. Hello, welcome to Choose to Rise. I am so glad that you're here with me today. It is getting to be the end of 2019, getting to be the end of a decade, not just a year. And so I really want to provide some exercises this last couple days here of the year at the end of 2019 as I'm recording this. I want to be able to provide you some resources, some things that you can do, some action items for you to be able to reflect on 2019, that you can go into 2020, go into the new decade with purpose, with hope, with prosperity in mind, and really kind of know where you've been so that you can know where you're going, right? And so how do you end a year? How do you really think about what setting goals for the future? Well, the best foundation for great goal setting is a solid personal end of year reflection. Even if you haven't seriously planned out any goals previously, you should really spend some time looking back on what has or hasn't been working for you in the past. Once you have an idea of what you are succeeding with or what opportunities for growth you might have, you can set some super specific and focused goals for your future. So how does one start reflecting on 365 days of the year, right? That kind of seems super overwhelming at first. And I try to think about, going through the entire year's worth of memories and events. I wanted to kind of help you ease that anxiety by giving you a 5-step plan here, right? So let's kind of just go through these little things. And if you need to maybe pause the podcast or this video here to do the step, go ahead and do so. And then go ahead and hit play again and continue. Well, the first step is start with the past highlights, okay? Pick a highlight for each month or maybe each season, maybe a quarter of the year, all the things that you felt like were a major standout in your year. If you're having trouble remembering everything that you did in the last 12 months, look back in your prayer journal, look back in your social media, look back in the pictures that you took on your phone. Maybe you have a planner that you could go back through and look at the things. Maybe you can write down, go back through your Facebook memories, whatever it might be. Look at where you've been so that you can go forward to where you're going to be. Be sure to write down all of the highlights. Don't just think about them for a moment and internally say, oh, that was nice, and move on, but write them down. Those big moments of success written down can give you a visual of how you've accomplished and what it is that you felt was rewarding and what you felt was great. And your hard work should be documented. So definitely do that. Step 2 was what worked. Next, write down at least 3 things that really worked well for you. Maybe you found a gym that you love. Maybe you found a workout program from home. Maybe you found a really amazing community of women that are helping you and encouraging you. Maybe you found this podcast. Maybe you found a system for great work-life balance, or that, if that even exists, or you and your spouse pay down all your debt, or that you have a great list of friends, whatever it might be. Figure out what has gone really well for you this year, and don't be afraid to give yourself some credit for there. You worked hard this past year to achieve things. You worked hard this year to hit some goals that maybe you set for yourself, and you made progress even if you didn't completely hit the goal, but you moved forward and you're miles ahead of where you used to be. So give yourself some credit here. Really list out the good things that happened. In our kind of neck of the woods of the country, United States here, we live in Iowa, and we often say that people are Iowa nice. We don't tend to pat ourselves on the back. We don't tend to appreciate our own accomplishments. We love to cheer each other on, but we don't necessarily cheer ourselves on. And I think that's kind of sad. And I want to break that mold with you. I want you to really highlight yourself here and really think about the good things that have happened. Because the next step 3, is what could be better. And in this section, we need you to be pretty honest to hear as well, which I find it much more difficult for women to do when we're looking at our perceived negatives. But let's be clear. Maybe you didn't succeed at waking up every morning an hour earlier and completing your perfect morning routine. I know I didn't, but that doesn't mean that you failed. It just could mean that you hadn't found the process that works specifically for you yet. For example, I know I've learned that I am not a morning person. However, I've never been a morning person, but when I set my alarm and have my phone here in my office versus next to my bed, I'm much more likely to get up. When I am trying to get up at 5 so I can get my morning routine done, so my husband gets up at 5:30 and we get our workout in, it's much easier if I'm dressed for the workout right away, or if I have all of my things laid out for me. Again, some of those things are things that I can write out as what's working for me, and some of those things I can figure out as what's not working for me. Maybe it's going through my day and looking at my schedule and knowing that, my body maybe prefers to, be up later at night than it does to get up early in the morning. And that's 100% okay. When you're looking back at the things that didn't work or the goals that you didn't meet, think about what it is that you didn't click with. It could be just a slight twinge of what you need to do. Or maybe it's a little bit more discipline or have a better incentive that you're going to use to fix your system, or that you can maybe find a different system that you could use. Step 4, what are you grateful for? In my opinion, reflecting on things that you're grateful for is the best way to end a day, a week, a month, or whatever time period you're looking at, especially the year as we end it out, and it's even cooler that it's the end of the decade. Because sure, you may not have met all of your goals in the day. You maybe didn't even feel like what you've accomplished in the day really was accomplishing anything. But if you can find the things that you're grateful for in every single day, you are going to find way more joy, and you're going to have way more hope, and you're going to have a way happier life than if you are always focused on the things that didn't go as planned. So be sure that even if you didn't meet your goals and you have unexpected events in your house, like maybe surprise health issues or a loss of job or a weather situation. I know there's a lot of crazy weather things that happened this year across our country, but there's still plenty of things to be grateful for in every single day. And you just have to focus on the good things and what you're happy about. And then you have a stronger mindset and a better focus to what really matters to you. And you'll be able to figure out maybe there's some other ways that you can create more of those things in your life in the year to come. And the last step 5, is what did you do this last year that will benefit you 50 years from now? Did you work out and get in shape? Did you invest in your marriage? Did you focus on strengthening your faith this year? Did you create a relationship with one of your children? What was it that you did today or this last year that is going to benefit you in the future? What is it that you did in the last 12 months that you're going to be doing again in the next 12 months? This will be a really good activity for you to go through before you set any future goals. Think through how the things you're doing now are setting you up for a longer term success. It's not just pushing play today or eating a vegetable today that's going to help you be healthier and happier. It's that compounded work over time that's going to help you be successful in the long haul. So you've successfully worked through a personal end of the year reflection now, going through those 5 little tips and those 5 little activities there. So now that you have that, and you've looked back at your year, now you can look at what systems worked best for you, what systems didn't work for you. And then, definitely don't skip out on the important self-reflection opportunity whenever you're at a point where you're kind of out of an end goal. So like, when you finish a project, when you get to the end of the month, when you finish a week even, and then go through and do this end of year or end of time reflection constantly and see where you can always be improving, where you can always be growing. And when you do that, you're going to be able to go much farther in life than if you just stayed right where you were all the time. And look at the things that went really well. Look at the things that maybe you want to do some growth areas in, and maybe those are the things you set goals around for the 2020 or the decade to come. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you love this, I would love for you to share it on social media. Tell other people about Choose to Rise. We are 100% word of mouth. We're 100% we have no sponsors as of yet. If you are looking to sponsor Choose to Rise, or that you know someone that would want to sponsor Choose to Rise and help us, lift our voice out to more people in the world, please let me know. You can find more information in the show notes. You can head to chooseriseup.com and check out more information there. And let's just get connected on social media anyway, because I love contributing and supporting and serving the people that listen in and others always. And so let's have fun here, and let's talk and communicate and get to know each other a little bit better. Again, thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to having you back here again next time.